My name is Ted Johnson. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications and Promotions at Roberts Wesleyan. We, alongside our partners at the East Coast Conference, take a stand to stop the stigma against mental health issues. Today, you'll hear from one of our student athletes who has faced past mental health struggles. We ask that you join our team in stopping the stigma.
Sophomore year of high school, I tore my ACL. I ended up having the surgery, getting it repaired, and I came back playing soccer 5 months to the day of my surgery, which is practically unheard of because the recovery time is like 6 to 9 months. So I did that, and then I continued playing, got recruited to play at Roberts, came to Roberts, played my freshman year. It was a typical freshman year, like you don't play a lot, but you just keep working hard. And I worked hard throughout the spring so that I'd be able to play in the fall of my sophomore year. But freshman year, I went on a missions trip over the summer with my sister's college to Austria and Romania. And while we were in Austria playing soccer, I jumped up to head a ball, and as soon as I planted, I heard a pop. And I had known exactly what I did as soon as I did it. And I just remember crying and thinking, like, I can't go through this again. So I came home, and about a month later, I finally had the surgery. It was just a torn ACL, so 6 to 9 months average recovery time. But heading into the fall of my sophomore year was just particularly hard for me because I had expected to be playing. My coach had told me I would have been playing. So it was a tough battle. Like, there was definitely some times where after practices I would just get really discouraged and I would just get really down on myself. And it was probably around like the middle of the season, probably in October, when I just got in like a really dark place. I practically just cut off like my friends or my family from my life. I just kind of wanted to be by myself, hang out by myself, and specifically with God, like probably the time when I needed Him the most, I rejected Him the most. And that was difficult because I just felt utterly alone in the world, even though it was my own doing. Coming back from an ACL tear is 90% mental and 10% actual work, and I did not have the right mindset for that, so that made it even worse. So I fell behind. I got behind in my PT. I got behind in like my scheduling, and just seeing my teammates play and go on without me, it was very frustrating. And I got very angry at everyone, at myself. My family was basically like, you know what, this sucks, but you have to get over it because you have so much more going on for you. It was draining. That's like the only thing I can think of, because when you can't play the one sport that you've played your entire life, it's mentally draining, and it makes you get like anxious, and because like you want to be able to play again, but like you physically can't. I would think like, oh, I'm never gonna play again. Like, this is it. Like, I'll just stop here. Like, what's the point of me getting better and playing again if I'll never be the same? Like, I'm always gonna have this injury now to remind me of it. Like, I'm always gonna have the scars for it. So it's just that mentality, that thinking that like got me there. And your scars are the battlefield of like what you've gone through. There was never really a revelation moment for me. Like, I never like woke up one day and was like, oh, okay, I can do this. Like, my mom, she drove up one day to see me. I don't even remember where it was. We just sat in a parking lot, and she showed me this video about like fear, and like how fear can overtake your life and how fear can consume you, and how to turn that fear into like good energy and stuff that you can use to push you through it. She's always been like one of my biggest inspirations because she's so connected to God. Like, she has such a good relationship with Him. So she would always just send me like little Bible verses, and for whatever reason, like those Bible verses would always seem to like address whatever I was going through. It was something that I always relied on. God is greater than anything that life throws at you, and life can throw at you a lot of stuff. There's something bigger than this. Like, your life isn't just defined by like one thing that happened. And I think that's like what finally got to me, is like I can get better. Like, I have 2 more years of soccer left. Like, yeah, I lost my sophomore year, but I have my junior and senior year left, so I gotta focus on that, focus on getting better so I can go back to that and doing the sport that I loved again. Don't be afraid or embarrassed to ask for help, because even if you're struggling, like, internally, like, that's okay, because everyone struggles internally. Like, everyone has their own issues. But never think that, like, your issues are less important. You don't expect bad things to happen to you, but when they do, you just gotta keep pushing forward, and just you're never, like, really truly alone. You always have your friends and your family to be with you, and you always have God. Even if you turn your back on Him, He's always still there, and you can always talk to Him no matter what. So that's just what I rely on now. And whenever I get a little injury here or there, I just always focus on that. I never want to go back to that place that I was in again, and I just focus on that to get me through it.
My name is Leahi Owens, Assistant Director of Athletic Communications and Promotions. Thank you for listening to today's Redhawks Talk. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, counselors are willing to help. Call 585-594-6882 or email counselingcenter@roberts.edu for any student's needs. In the event of a mental health crisis, please contact the National Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255, or use the crisis text line at 741-741.